Hi everyone, this is Diane. I spent an hour tidying up in here this morning before I had to go to my dentist appointment. And now I'm back. I had lunch and now I am going to show you how I arranged things while I cleaned. So here's my sewing machine, obviously, and I've got small pieces of fabric here, and these are the shaped fabrics, hearts and squares and circles, and then the larger pieces of fabric right there. I contained all of the trims that I pulled, and it's mostly rickrack and gimp right now, but other little pieces too that I found as I cleaned. So I would rather have it in a different container, but it's contained at least instead of spread all over my table. And then these are just some extra, there's some more trims. I just had them over with my papers and just stuck them over here. That's just a pile of stuff that needs to go somewhere else. Those are the signatures I put together. My table has some things on it, some tags that I'm working on, and I cleaned out some of this, and I'll show you what I did with it. There was so much stuff in there, I couldn't even look at it, couldn't go through it. But it's got the little things in it now, and I will be putting the tags that are on my desk, they'll go in there. And then as I round the corner, this is the rack that I was calling it the rack when I organized things. And I took some of the things off of here too. And I put them on my rolling table. And then those are the covers that I made. So then behind me, well, we have my cutting table, and I did pull out my circle dies and my star dies so that I can use those. But right behind my chair, I'll be pulling this closer to me, and I pulled out some stamps that I can use if I want to. I won't use all of them, I'm sure. But the rolling table, I'm going to try this out. So I have larger pieces here, all neatly organized. I've got my can labels, envelopes, just some pages, postcards, note cards, all of the note papers that are patriotic, and some vintage items. So these that I just got at the flea market a couple weeks ago, it's just, you put this in your window to say that you bought war bonds. And then I have these large cards, but just because they're the right color, and some stamps. This is all vintage stuff here that I can use. Also here, these are vintage labels and vintage ephemera. So it's all lined out here that I can come over here and look for what I want. My patriotic paper dolls are here, the little patriots. This is just a little pile of stuff. A lot of it came in the Happy Mails that I got. So I have that here. And these are little strips from the Star Spangled Banner book. I just cut out some of the lyrics that are very well known that I might be able to use. I have this pile that I just brought over from my table, so let me sort this out. I've got some tickets. I can put these tickets and this over in my little basket container over there. Just today, I pulled out some things from my stash that are vintage, not patriotic, but they are red, white, and blue. And I love using things that don't really go with the theme, but the color goes with the theme, and it's just fun to use them. So I've got a bunch of order forms and things like that. Look at that one. It was chewed by an insect, but I love that. That'll go up there. Some more order forms. And some tall index or flashcards. I brought them over here. And the popcorn and peanut bags. So all of those things are now out of my, put them there, out of my little container next to my workspace. I guess I'll just put those there. It'll be easy for me to find what I want. I'll just have to get up and down, and that's fine. I will move it a little bit closer to my table. So now I'm gonna, I know I have to vacuum my floor. I'm going to set up my camera and we'll get to work. Okay, now we're at my table. And this was here, so I'm going to put that over there on the rolling table too. I found this at the flea market, and it's just the Pledge of Allegiance, the proclamation for the admission of the 50th state, and then it lists the states here, and we have Dwight Eisenhower's signature there, and some music. And I have this little scrap from a wallpaper, I might use that. So I'm going to put these over on my rolling table. All right, so here are the tags that I had made previously before the little traveler's notebooks that I made. So I have fabric covered, wallpaper covered, and some embossed ones. And I started sewing around them yesterday. I didn't finish, but some of them are sewn around. And then I also took some of the images from the Star Spangled Banner book and glued them to a scrapbook paper, but it has a grid on it. And I need to sew around them and maybe add some fabric or something to them. And then these are the front and back covers of the little Americana Collection songbook, but I can use those as journaling cards. I glued them to lined paper. And these are ready to be made into tags, these embossed papers. That's just a scrap. And book page tags too. I don't know if I'll use them, but the colors are right. So I've got all those tags I can use and some patriotic songs that I glued to cardstock. So these can be sewn around and made into large cards. But I have these two right here that I started working on yesterday. I sewed around them. I didn't sew across the middle here like I was going to, but that's okay. I have these digitals from Tremblay's Letterpress, and I'm just going to glue them on, and I think that's going to finish off these tags. I'll have 2 tags. And these are 3D K & Company stickers that I got from either Doris or Sarah. I don't remember. I think it was Sarah, but I shouldn't say that because I don't remember. But I thought they were perfect to make a tag topper. And they are 3D. So if they're on a tag, you can remove the tag so that you can write on the page that's in front of it without it being a bother. So there, we have 2 tags completed. I'm just going to trim off these pesky little threads. All right. Well, I think first thing I can do is make a pocket. Excuse me. Make a pocket for the first page. And it could have been one of these, but I already backed it with cardstock. So these are going to be cards. So let me see what I have over there to make a fun pocket. I could use scrapbook paper if I need to. I probably will anyway, like a cardstock. This is a replica of a $50 war bond. And that would be a fun cover or a pocket. And then this one also. But I need 2 of them because I'll be doing 2 journals. This is, I said his name the other day. But he's a New England artist, and that's very Americana. So that would be fun, and this would be fun. And I got these images from Sarah. Then I have these. That would also be a fun pocket. But I've got lots of pages to put pockets on, so I can do all of the above if I want to eventually. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this and this, one for each journal. And I'm going to put this on a blue cardstock scrap. I'll probably just make the pockets, but not attach them yet, because I might want to do some stamping on the white paper that's behind it. I think I will, it has to be this size, so I think I might trim a little bit off of the picture so I can have the blue cardstock showing all around it. And maybe I could put a label on it. These are vintage labels. Let's see, I could put a little one on here, or one of the slightly bigger ones up here. Oh, I like this one. Let's see what we like better. I think I like it like that. This glue is oozing. I think I will sew around that picture, and then I will glue it to the page. And the other page is just like this, so I can just use this to make the pocket. I'm just going to trim around it. A little bit. I wanted to cut these words off. We've got hot weather here today. Not as hot as some parts of the country, I'm sure, because we're just getting started. And I think it's going to cool off back into the 70s by the end of the week, for a couple days anyway, which is fine with me. And I might even change my mind on what page these pockets go on. Okay, got 2 pockets made and some big tags. I do have to sew around those, but let's say this is here, and I could tuck that right in there along with some other ephemera. Let's make 2 pockets with these hand labels. Let's say we'll do it with this page. I'm just going to tear it. I don't know what kind of a soldier he is, but it's from Rochester, New York, so I'm going to say it's an American soldier. I'm going to cut part of him off anyway. I need to tear a little more. And I think I'll use some digital ephemera to decorate these, maybe, if I can find what I like. I have this flag that's a postage stamp. These kind of things. That's what I was thinking of. Oh, I got some of those here. Little pieces. That's a stamped image. This is a little ephemera piece that I think came with Kathy Holden stuff. Just 10 cents. Kind of reminds me of a Del Monte label. I think I'll just have it like this with that. It's 4 quick and easy pockets. Just have to sew a little bit. Maybe add some trim or something. I'm going to leave you here because I think I'm going to add this onto the video that I made yesterday. So I don't know how much time I have taken up. But I'll be back with another video another day. And I hope you are having a creative day. See you soon. Bye.